So if you actually look, Darkstar is online, so you should be able to find him, which means all of the developers are probably in-game somewhere. Okay, so I'm going to begin at the beginning of the scene and we're going to walk around. So this is actually the very entrance when you come into the scene, and you have the path that you should follow. If you notice, one of the first things that it does is take you to the path to the keep, and also if we follow this path to the right, because who doesn't normally go to the right whenever they come to a crossroads? And this is actually the back entrance of Hack's Lair. All I gotta say is Hutch did an amazing job on the Pax Layer scene. I'm getting 48 frames per second in here right now. Let me go ahead and up my graphics, make sure that they are at fantastic.
And Lord
That's
British
the only way to play this
is
game.
reporting that the black mask should now be fixed. I don't know if it's a patch that we're going to have to grab for that. We will expect a couple patches today. Lord British has somebody actually testing this right now, so I will let you know. We are following Cynicist as he is running there on both streams at the moment. I am bouncing back and forth between streams as I'm doing a couple other things here behind the scenes.
Yes, I am running through around Pax Lair. I'm just following the road. I'm just keeping on the right-hand path right now. We've passed up a bunch of row houses, a couple of placed houses so far, not very many. But if you actually notice in Pax Lair, there are no actually houses available for sale, and that's because of the way that the housing permissions work. As the owner of the player-owned town, which is owned by Winfield, he gets to set who gets to log into or claim each house. So by doing that, by default, no one actually owns anything until he says you can claim it. As soon as I get my permissions for managing the town, I will actually show in detail how that's going to work. I will evict people, I will kick them out, I will show you the disclaimer that comes up when you claim a house.
Now, getting kicked out of your house is no fun, folks.
No, it is not.
I know because Cynicist tested it on me.
Yes, I have. I am actually on top of the waterfall in Pax Lair right now, and this scene is absolutely stunning. I love the way that Hutch actually got the water flowing over the edge, and the textures that he's using here. Because if you actually think about it, wet rock is a little bit darker than dry rock, so you do have some contrast in the rock colors. Now my plot is actually directly across from it, so we will actually get it in this massive loop, which means I probably have one of the least convenient houses to getting to town. Oh, I found Jackknife's store house. He's right beside, so he's going to have one of the best fishing spots in town.
Now, once again, for those viewers who are just tuning in, Lord British is here in Soul Town greeting all the new arrivals today. He's asked that you stop by and say hello, friend him, and he will greet you personally and friend you as well. He wants to let the folks know that they live here just as much as we do, and that they are here in the world. They are not just out there sitting in an office developing the game for us. They are living in the world. They are playing in the world. Lord British came and ran around with the folks yesterday adventuring. Even though we were going to scrub the servers, he was out there having a good time with everybody yesterday before today's release.
In Pax Lair, we actually have the sunrise coming up, so I went ahead and stopped for a moment just that way we could look at it.
Yeah, check this view out, folks. You may want to close that little chat window if you can, just to really get a good shot of it there. that beautiful sunrise coming up. Look at the colors of the sky. And throughout today we are expecting some people to stop by. Hopefully we will get Winfield in. Duke Violation said he would try and stop by. Amber Rain may just stop by if she gets a chance after lunch. And of course, we are live in the NBNN studio. You can click on the link at nbnn.info and join us in live chat. It's a big red link there right underneath the top of the page on the left-hand side. Again, Lord British is sitting here. He's bowing and meeting every single person, greeting them and actually typing in their name. Now, whether he has a little something that aids him in that or not, I do not know, but he is greeting everybody personally by name.
He does not have anything that aids him other than clicking on everybody's name and trying to add to friends.
Just like everybody else. And then to say hello and say their name, I guess he has to type it just like anybody else.
Yes, he does.
So he is one busy gentleman at his keyboard this morning because he can type. And I forget that, aside from being Lord British, he is a programmer. He knows how to type very proficiently.
Although, when I was in his office last, he did confess that he is a finger typer, and I just had to laugh. I think he was exaggerating, but I am actually at my house where it is actually supposed to be. I do not know if I have permission to place my house yet, but we will see.
And Lord British just did the moonwalk away from us all. And it's a little bit laggy here with everybody just getting in and a bunch of people. Not too bad.
Oddly enough, the sign for where my house is supposed to be is not here. Or did I pass it up? Oh, there it is. So if you actually look at it, I can actually claim this lot. So I'm going to have to sacrifice my keep in Port Mirren and allow someone else to have that floating house. So I have to use, since I do not have a town deed, I have to claim it with my keep deed. So as you saw here, there were trees on my lot beforehand. After I claimed the plot, the trees all disappeared, and it is now ready to place a house.
Now, Lord British has his swords out. Looks like he's getting ready to duel somebody. And Lord British says, "Welcome NBNN viewers."
Yeah, while I'm at my plot, I might as well show a few of the permissions for housing. If you want to watch my stream right now, that is twitch.tv/Cynicist. When you're looking at the plot permissions and you double click on it on the plot that you own, either the gray stone marker in front of your house or the sign in front of your house, you can actually go into permissions, which gives you the lot permissions. In there you have 2 bullets, either public or restricted. If you set it to restricted, the only people that can access your house are the ones that you give credit to. So let's go ahead and give Lazarus permission to run onto my property.
Now, Lord British did a shout out to NBNN, and then he did a shout out for Avatar's Radio. Amber Rain is out here with us in the fray. And then, of course, I love these emotes. Lord British threw his arms up in cheer and cheered for Lazarus and NBNN. It was a really cool little moment and welcomes the NBNN viewers. And he is a firm supporter of the things that us players do out here in the community. He loves seeing the community interact and do the things like Avatar's Radio is doing and like we are doing, covering what's going on out in the world, interacting with the players, bringing you stuff to interact with and enjoy while you're playing your game. We look forward to many, many, many years to come. Oh, and we have some dancing starting here.
Already, hopefully everybody's keeping their clothes on tonight. I know it is a custom in Shroud of the Avatar to take off your clothes while dancing, but hopefully they will keep them on in this release. And I actually just discovered something that is actually really exciting about my house. I am extremely close to the exit. So the back exit of the scene is right by my house, which is actually one of Lazarus's favorite places to actually place houses, is near the rear exit.
Yes, I like to scope out those places that are right by the rear exit. They are usually the least occupied areas. And I've decided to go ahead and dance along with a couple other people here. Lord British is actually fighting somebody over here.
Oh, he's engaged in his first duel of this release. Or first duel that we know of.
And Lord British isn't suffering any damage.
Well, he is invulnerable, so that does mean that pretty much any duel is frivolous. I tried to convince him that when he goes out hunting to turn off his invulnerability flag and see if that actually leads to the roleplay ability of people to protect Lord British while they're out fighting.
Well, he is fighting Dravis Heldane. And Dravis is actually holding his own. Oh, he's just gotten some help from the outside there. Somebody threw Dravis a heel.
Yes.
And of course,
I just
British
found another
hasn't lost a
exit
drop.
to the PAX layer scene. I'm not exiting. I am actually streaming live from the PAX layer scene, which is the very first player-owned town in Shroud of the Avatar. And I'm just doing a grand tour. If you notice, it is pretty empty right now. I placed my lot within PAX layer. I do have a town plot here. It is pretty far from the town, but I am just staying on the right-hand path. I am going to go all around the PAX layer scene, and you just get to see how beautiful and what a good job that Hutch at Portalarium did.